Divine Feminines, I hope everyone's incredibly well this morning. At least I think it will be morning by the time you guys get this. But I am picking up on a message for the collective, like what's next. I keep hearing that, like what's next. So I'm getting that, like if this reading finds you, big exciting things are occurring. I'm getting a lot of 333 energy. So it could come in the form of bursts of creative ideas. And now pace yourselves because it's going to feel very fuzzy and confusing and overwhelming. And then there's going to be days where you don't have the zeal to do any of it. Okay, so it's going to feel like I don't know what to do with the energy. I don't know what to do with the influx of the energy. There's some days where I feel like I have a million ideas and I can get everything off the ground. And then the next day, it just feels like I can't get out of bed. I'm hearing to pace yourselves, okay, because you need to let the energy settle. Right now is a time where you need to connect with yourself rather than take action, because what you're going to have to get used to is the divine feminine energy. It is more of like a creative flow versus a hard sort of fast-paced moving type of energy, okay? So giving yourself time to rest during those moments where you do feel overwhelmed and that you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what you're talking about, it's important for you to just allow yourself to have those moments and rest, okay? An important part of stepping into feminine energy is to allow yourselves to rest. That's when the energy gets flowing, and that's when your ideas come in without force. So a lot is brewing. I feel like you guys may be, experiencing lots of sensual energy from your masculines as well. They're also assisting you with feeling really good and feeling really supported and loved. And that's why it feels really sensual and that you can't stop energetically making love to them, because they're also brewing or, sort of fertilizing these ideas within you. Okay, so that's why a lot of you feel like, oh my God, why am I feeling their energy so much? It feels like things are shifting, things are changing. It's like you guys are energetically making love and divine feminine. That's why it feels like something is being birthed or something big is coming for you to take action on, okay? So I'm going to get into some messages about where to direct your energy, I guess is the best way I can put it, on the days where you feel up to it. On the days where you don't, you guys need to give yourselves grace and not beat yourself up about being on the grind, okay? It's important for the feminines to rest. That's where the energy comes in. That's where your big ideas are at, okay? If you're resisting the rest and you keep, dibbling and dabbling in all different kinds of projects, trying to make things work, you're going to fall flat, okay? You need to honor the rest. You need to honor your dream space. So what messages want to come through for the divine feminines in order to ease her path right now and let her know where to focus in on her energy? Whew, okay, what is coming up, divine feminines, for you? So we have justice. So things are being worked out right now, and that's why it's important for you guys to honor your rest. It may feel like you guys are slipping away from the old paradigms, and the universe is putting things in order. Okay, so many of you have been fighting the urge to rest, or you've been beating yourself up over, missing a day or not, being as productive. It's not the point. If you get a day off, if something happens and you get, let's say you're feeling under the weather, don't feel shitty about it and that you missed out on so much. It's important for you to say, okay, you know what, maybe my body needs to slow down. Maybe I need to honor this time and just actually kick my feet up and rest. And binge watch Netflix, or make yourself a hot cup of tea, or don't cook and order yourself a nice meal. Like, do something amazing and beautiful for yourself, because I'm hearing that all is being worked out in your favor. And justice tells me that the universe is stepping in with its sword. You won't have to fight so hard, or you won't have to tire yourself so much the way that you've been doing, divine feminines. You've been keeping up with a tough schedule. You have been driving around a lot as well. I see a vehicle. And I feel like you guys aren't getting enough time for yourselves to just rest, to indulge in your inner child, to play. And that's why a lot of you may feel energetically blocked and drained, okay? That's not going to go hand in hand with your abundance. Your abundance comes in when your body feels well rested. I'll say it again. Your abundance comes in when your body feels well rested. Okay, I'll read you guys the message here. It says, take time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. Okay, so you need to be fair to yourself. You need to start being fair with time. That's also a message I'm getting out of justice here. You need to start taking time for yourself to honor just doing nothing. Okay, many of you have every minute accounted for in your day, and by the time you do get a moment to yourself, you pass out. Okay, and it's okay, because we do have those periods in our life where we've got to go. But I'm hearing, Divine Feminine, that it is your time. The universe is helping you. The universe is taking care of things. So let the universe help you. Okay, let your spirit guides help you. They might be doing things that might be a little bit unpleasant, like making you feel under the weather, or making something go wrong where you're, just kind of stuck at home for a few days. And a lot of you are feeling like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And they're saying, will you just sit down and relax? And many of you might feel like you don't know how to do that after so long, and that's why they're giving you the time. Okay, so strange things are happening, but they're not happening for you to panic, or the universe isn't trying to get back at you. They're trying to do something in your favor. Yeah, it might seem like you're at a loss right now, but the rest is where the big money's at. The rest is where the big ideas are at, okay? You're also getting the 8 of Summer. So it says here, the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, and choosing to make major life changes. So I feel like this is the guidance that's wanting to come through. Many of you may feel like it's time for a promotion. It's time to get out of some kind of cycle that you've been in, and it could be walking away from a relationship. Just anything that may draw on your emotions where you feel like you need some kind of big shift or a big change in your life right now. I do feel like it's time. You've experienced some kind of, I don't want to say freak accident, because I don't want to wish that upon anybody at all, but it feels like some kind of spur of the moment thing where the universe is making you slow down. Okay, it could be physically affecting your body or your health in some way where you're not taking rest seriously. So the universe is giving you a gentle bump or a nudge in the form of a small mishap, so that way you force yourself to just slow down. Okay, so these are the things that are coming up while you slow down, is that you're actually getting the time to yourself now by force to think about it, come face to face with it. A lot of you need or want a more meaningful life where it's not so fast paced, and you're more connected to doing things that have a lot to do with fulfilling your mission or purpose. Now, mission and purpose work will always look like being of service. Okay, our soul desires to be of service and to assist the planet in the grand awakening in some way, okay? And what I mean by that, not to sound all hippy-jibby and to get in the body in their hippy-jibbies, but I do just mean, what was that? Release. Ouch. That card literally folded in half and came back at me. So we're going to keep it. But what I do mean by that is, we're going to want to be of service in some way where we feel like, you have a purpose, or you just want to help in some way. You may have certain gifts, certain spiritual awarenesses that are coming online ever since you've delved into this whole twin flame journey, but in order to do that, I feel like there is a lot of releasing that you need to do, and you're not going to do the releasing unless you pause and slow down. Okay, I feel like many of you are just go, and it's counterproductive in a sense, because in order to end that go energy, there are certain things that you're really good at, that you're meant to be of service, but your mind is not getting the time to receive the message, because you keep pouring into projects that it's not for you. It's not meant for you. What is meant for your particular soul, your soul will begin to guide you and show you. Many of you may be chasing things that it's not on your path. It may feel like it's getting you results. So a lot of you could be at a stagnant job, or you may be pursuing things for the sake of, for the wrong reasons. The universe is asking you to pursue something from your heart. So you may have to let go of what you think success is and actually draw in success through your own talents, your own passions, what makes you thrive, what makes you smile from ear to ear. Okay, I'll read you guys the message. It says, let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. Do we have time to move on twice? Yeah, time to move on. So there is definitely something Divine Feminine that I feel like it's orbiting you. Many of you may be wondering what's next. It really is time to move forward and release something. Let it go. It doesn't mean that you're letting it go for good, but you're letting it go so that it can transform into something brighter, into something bigger. You know, this is putting on your big girl panties or pants, big girl skirt, whatever it is. And, you know, saying to yourself, like, sometimes in life you got to sacrifice. Like, you know, sometimes you got to cut things away in order to progress. Sometimes what you thought that you wanted, it doesn't really fit the version of you that you foresee now. You know, yeah, you might just be outgrowing some people around you. You might just be outgrowing certain relationships, certain things, and it's pushing you or nudging you to be on your own for a while or be alone. Bunker down, work on a particular craft for a little while without the need to be seen or heard or, you know, like you know what it is too? Like, many of you might be feeling the need to stop sharing so much. Like, you're onto this project and this is what you're doing and I'm working on this. Sometimes you gotta just shush, bunker down, and get the shit done, right? Talking about it, it puts a lot of pressure on you whether you realize it or not. Sharing your shit with every Tom, Dick, and Harry about what you're working on and what you're about to do and how you're about to get it up and how you getting it. It's sometimes, you know, you got evil eyes pulling on you, or you have people doubting you, or, you know, you're hyping up the moment before you put in the real inner work. So that might be a message from the universe, like, you know, be quiet about the blessings you're receiving. It's okay to take a hit while you're down sometimes. Like, sometimes you got to get your hands dirty and do the hard work and trudge through the trenches type of shit, you know? But it'll pay off in the end. Sometimes we got to take a hit with our pride, let people see that, you know, hey, yeah, okay, we ain't doing so well right now, you know, but we're going to get out. Watch. But it doesn't mean you got to tell everybody every second, check what I'm doing, watch what I'm doing, you know? I feel like, you know, the universe is taking care of everything that's been in the way of you achieving or receiving success. Right now is the time of you getting to know yourself. And by getting to know yourself, you're walking away from dishonest associations. You're saying no to people, places, and things that are taking your energy and not pouring back into you. Even if it means you got to be the only soldier on your army right now, you're rooting for yourself, you know. But I'm hearing from many of you, what's next is silently and diligently working on your goals and not needing an audience or a big, you know, group to cheer for you right now. Sometimes you got to be your only cheerleader, and that's better because there's less noise and you can focus more. So that is my morning message for some of you who may be tuning in and just wondering, like, you know, what is next for me? You know, silently, diligently working on your next step, sitting down and, you know, opening up the journal and saying, what are my goals? I got to be clear on my goals, because if I'm not clear on my goals, I don't know what actions I need to take every day in order to get there. All right, so sit down, invest in the direction that you are going in, and map out the steps, step by step. You're no longer invested in putting your time into things that don't have returns on them. You know better now. So I feel like this morning message is your next steps are about planning and organizing and being more focused on the journey ahead at this point. Okay, your masculines have big work to do. I feel like you are setting the tone. All right, so I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you guys, and I'll check in with you a little bit later on. My kiddo's got a play date, so forgive me if I am pooped at the end of the day and I don't catch you guys till tomorrow. But, you know, we won't call it just yet. Maybe I will still pop in again. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.